Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. You've joined me, John Watts, and today's video is all going to be about creating a bigger turn, creating more power, and this is going to be relevant with every golf club. And this is something, doing a little bit of testing with some new software that we're trialing called Sportbox. I've done on my own game, and one thing I was looking at was the amount of turn, chest turn I was creating. And I started off creating something closer to 85 degrees. And I thought, well, there must be a little bit more in there. And with a little bit of practice, I've got that up to 91, 92 degrees. And it's made a huge difference. So I just wanted to share it with you. That last shot I've just hit, there's not a lot wrong with it, right? It was pretty much down my target line, decent 7-iron. It's flown 163. It's finished about just over 170. I perhaps wouldn't get that much run on the course to 175. But it's out there, you know, at that sort of mid to high end 160s. And it was pretty much down my target line. Club head speed there was, let me see it, nearly 87 miles an hour, 86.7. And what I found was I've got a good 3 mile an hour more in the tank just by creating or completing my chest turn. And actually what I found using Sportbox, and I will have the numbers and the swings in this video, is when I tried to create more chest turn, I actually didn't turn my hips anymore. My hips were still maxing out around that 40 degrees. So I just created a bigger X factor stretch. Now, what is X factor stretch? That sounds very fancy. It's just the difference between our upper body turn and our lower body. So if our upper body turned 90 and our lower body turned 45, there'd be a difference or an X factor stretch of 45 degrees. And I was able to create, I think, about 54 degrees. So I could increase that, not through any more hip turn. And I wasn't trying to limit hip turn. I was just trying to turn my upper body a little bit more. And I found it quite easy. I could do it as soon as I saw the numbers within one swing. It was just trying to almost turn my back to the target a little bit further. I'm going to hit one and hopefully look at the number difference and talk you through how that helped my swing path as well. So if you are a fader, slicer, this is also going to help. And I'm going to share with you a real simple drill, just something you can do at home, something you can do between shots on a golf course, maybe when you're getting stiff on a golf course in cold weather perhaps, or a long wait, to help you maximize your rotation. So let's see if I can just, with a couple of practice moves, obviously I'm feeling a bigger shoulder turn or chest turn. I'm feeling like because that my arms move a little bit further away from the ball. I pulled that a little, but the strike was great. I guess some of that distance is a little bit cheating because I hit it a touch further left of target, but the club head speed won't be cheating. So that was up to 88.6. The last one was at 86.7, so that's 2 miles an hour right there. 2 miles an hour, one swing, carried 171 instead of 164. So again, 7 yards. I said a little bit that will be the left. But I also want to draw your attention to my last one was about 2 degrees out to in. That one was 1 degree. I can actually change my path, not by overly thinking about it, just by completing my turn. And I'm going to exaggerate motions here, but if you're not turning your chest, your upper body enough, the hands are a little bit more in front of you here, it's very hard to actually make the right sequence of downswing. So what tends to happen is the player rushes a little bit with the upper body, the arms get a little bit out in front of them, the club gets out in front of their hands, and from there they're likely to, for a right-hander, pull the ball left or slice the ball to the right depending on the club face orientation to the path. If and when I created that bigger turn here, it almost felt like I had a little bit more space to get my arms down, like I could keep my back facing the target that little longer in the downswing, like I could almost make this type of movement. And when I'm delaying my upper body, I'm automatically starting to shift a little bit with my lower body. So I'm starting to feel that correct sequence of events. Just like throwing, it wouldn't be upper body first, it would be that lower half before the upper body starts to rotate. So what I did to help me, and this is a great drill, and again, this is something you definitely take to the course, between shots, when you're getting cold on a course, when you've got a long wait, when you're limited in warm-up time perhaps, I just want you to take your trail hand, the one that's furthest away from the target, and I want you to loop it around the back of your lead arm so it's touching the back of your lead hand, where your glove logo would be if you're wearing a glove. And I just want you to feel like this hand here is pushing this one away to really maximize that rotation. That feels like I just can't turn here anymore, like I'm really maximizing that movement. Gotta be. That was a pretty good direction, just left of target. That's my longest. Feel a little out of breath, but why shouldn't we? I am talking and hitting at the same time, which tends to cause that, but even better with my path. Now I'm half a degree. So I was 2 degrees out to in, then 1 degree, now I'm half a degree. And that was my quickest, 88.85. So let's round it up to 89 miles an hour, which is about where I'm maxed out. 89 to 90 miles an hour seems to be me maxed out with a 7-iron. 6-iron, I can get up to about 91, 92. So it's a 2-3 mile an hour per club as the shaft gets a little bit longer. That carried 172.5 yards, finished out there about 180. It helps my angle of attack as well, because I'm at times someone who hits a little bit too much down on the ball. So actually creating, my theory here is when I'm creating that bigger chest turn, I'm turning a little bit more behind the ball. And when I'm helping reduce my out to in path, I'm also improving my angle of attack. When I'm swinging a little bit more out to in, I tend to hit more down on it. So this is just all good for me, really. It's within the tank, it helps my path, it helps my angle of attack, it creates more speed, it doesn't affect my direction. So my question to you is, are you maximizing your chest turn? Now you might be. I'm just suggesting I discovered something in my game where I could gain 3 miles an hour pretty easily just by making a bigger chest rotation. And perhaps you've got that in there as well. And that 3 mile an hour could easily be up to 10 yards with an iron and a little bit longer when we talk about the driver. And I said this is relevant with all clubs. So I want you to give it a go. The at-home way, perhaps you could train. I mean, I like that trail hand behind the lead hand and sort of pushing motion. And something you can do anywhere, but you could always grab a stretch band, a TheraBand, a yoga band. And again, just try and feel that stretch that we're pulling this band taut us. So if I've got it under my lead foot and round the handle here, and obviously I can make this tighter and tighter and harder to stretch by shortening it, but try and feel like there's a little bit more stretch in that band. Let's see if I can get it to 90 miles an hour. It'd be hard to beat that last one. Let's finish with one more good one. It might not be as long as I cut it. I had a little fade there. Let's have a look. Oh, 90 miles an hour if I round it up, 89.95. So as close as you can get to 90 miles an hour, this system's really accurate. My path wasn't quite as good on that one, and perhaps you saw that with the shot shape, but when I was playing around with it, it definitely helps my path, my angle of attack, and increases my speed and therefore distance. So I want you to give it a go. If the video does help, smash the like button and don't forget to put some comments below.